Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're working on the lathe again, and I'm going to readdress the carriage, slop, or whatever you want to call it. Let me show you what's going on here. So if you remember a couple videos ago, we adjusted these bed way lock, whatever they're called. I'm not real sure what they're called. We're gonna call them the carriage gibs. It's not really a gib, but it's what locks down under the ways here to hold your carriage down. And if you remember, we already adjusted on it once, and it is already, just within a week, it's already loosened back up. Not as bad as it was to begin with. You can hear the play in it right there. You can really see it when I pull up on it. There's play in it again. So we're going to take these off and we're going to redo it. This time I'm going to try something that I seen online where you drill 2 extra holes and put a set screw, grub screw in it. And I got to sit here. This is the only size I got. They're probably a little too big. They're 1/4 20, but I'm going to drill out 2 holes and thread them for 1/4 20, and then you use that to kind of wedge that plate up against the bed. And the idea is you tighten your screws for your bed all the way down, and you put the grub screws in, and that kind of releases enough to where it'll still move. Because if you lock them all the way in, the carriage won't move at all. So this gives it enough to where it's tight, but it won't have slack. So let me disassemble this thing real quick, and I'll show you how I disassemble it, just in case you're doing the same thing and you don't know how. So we're just going to take these 2 screws out. I've already got that one broke loose. Alrighty, so I got those 2 screws out, and now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this backwards. I don't know that I can do this with one hand, because you kind of got to jiggle it while you wiggle it. Out of the way. As far as out of the way as I can get it. And now this is what we're taking loose. We're going to take this out, and then we're going to take the one on the back side out, and then we're going to drill. Well, actually, these already have holes in them. Yeah, they already have holes in them, so I won't even have to drill new ones. I may have to make them bigger for the 1/4 20, but that's where we're going to put our grub screws, right there. Alrighty, so I got the 3 screws out, and on this model, you have to take out the carriage lock there too. So just a heads up, there's a 3rd bolt here that you take you got to take out. Alrighty, so I got the first one done. I did have to make them holes a little bigger and retap them, but that's the size that I have, so that's what I used. That's how it goes. So the bolts go in this way, and you tighten it up, and the idea is you want to get these 3 bolts tight, and use this to adjust. If it's too tight, you want to loosen these up and then screw these in until these bolts are tight. That way you have a nice fitment under here, but it's not clamping down so hard that the carriage won't move. And this is the other side. You can see already, I mean, I've only had this lathe for 2 weeks, and you can already see the wear where this thing's dragging underneath the beds here. So I think eventually, when I get a mill, this is something I'm going to upgrade, because this is not the best fit on or finish on this piece. It's very, very rough. So I would like to get this a little better shape, and maybe have this as a separate piece, like cut this all the way through and have your carriage lock 2 different pieces, because this carriage lock does not work the best, because it's basically, you're just clamping down on here and you're bending the metal for it to clamp. So because you have all this material that's still attached, it's just kind of slit halfway through. So that's what you're flexing when you're using the carriage lock. So this might be something that we get back into later, but for now I think these will help once I get it adjusted. Alrighty, so the front side's done. Let me get the back side. Alrighty, so I got both sides done. These holes are a little far apart. I would think it'd be better maybe if they were kind of closer together, but since these holes were already in it, I'm going to use them. I probably could use a little bit longer of a grub screw too, for the simple fact that that's going to be hard to get to with my Allen wrench underneath. If it was sticking out a little bit, it'd probably be a little easier to get to, but that might come in I might have some clearance issues with that, so it's probably better that it does fit flush. It's just going to be hard to get, it's going to be hard to find it because I'm working upside down. Alrighty, so I got both of these done and cleaned off. I'm going to go ahead and get them put back on and try to get it adjusted. Alrighty, so I'm back. I got everything tightened up, and I'm going to call that a success. This is a lot better. There's no more give, no more wiggle, no more clunking, and it moves pretty smooth too. I got a little squeak in here. I put some oil on it, but it ain't helping yet. But it's moving smooth, and there's no more clunk. I could, like, every time I would crank the handle, you could hear tunk, 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 where this right here was moving. So I'm gonna say that those grub screws was a success. We'll give it some time and see if they come loose. I may have to put some Loctite on them, but so far so good. I'm gonna call that a success. Alrighty, so if you're having this trouble, try this because it seems to be working for me. I'm gonna run the machine some, and I'll give you an update and let you know how it works out. But so far so good. I'm very happy with that. It got all that variable out of it, so I know I want to get better cuts now. So now that it's on a good solid bench and I got all that wiggle out of it, it's going to be cutting a whole lot better. A lot more precise. Alrighty, appreciate you watching. I hope this helps you. I'll see you next time.